you guys. So welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking all things mom guilt. We are like, it's just now August. I feel like this summer is slipping away and there were so many things. I do this every summer. There's so many things I wanted to do, but I haven't been able to do them. And so I feel guilty about that. Maybe a lot of you are like me. It doesn't matter, no matter how hard I try to be the best mom possible to my three girls, there is just always something to feel guilty for. And I've had a lot of breakthroughs and I want to share how I deal with you guys, but also just for you to know that you're not in this alone. There are other moms like myself just trying to do the best that we can to raise our happy little families. And you know, and it just, I think that with social media, we sometimes just see everybody's highlight reel. That's really what social media is. It's just everybody's best angle or best shot or best whatever, and they put it up on social media. And so the comparison comes in here really bad, right? And we're like, man, I feel guilty because, you know, my kids survived on cereal today and I didn't have all the green vegetables like Sally posted on her Facebook page, or whatever. If you're a working mom, there's a lot of guilt that comes with that, not being at home with your babies. If you're not working and you're raising your babies at home, there's guilt that you're not providing when you could be providing. So it's bananas, you guys. The things that we do, the way that a woman's mind works is insanity. And so as much as I try and squash that mom guilt, it still happens. It happens to all of us. And so hopefully this video will help you feel a little bit more secure in yourself and just knowing that you're doing the best that you can. And right now, for this moment, that is good enough. So I wrote a blog post, you guys. You can read my blog over on essentiallyyesmom.com. I will leave the link down below in the description box. And it just really, it was one of those blog posts where I didn't struggle to write. I wrote it in about a half an hour and the words just like came out of me. And I think it's because it was something I'm so passionate about, and it just always comes back to grace, right? My middle daughter, I have three girls. My middle daughter's name is Grace, and we knew we needed a child named Grace to remind us of our own grace and the reason why we need a savior. And it's just every day is a brand new day, and you know, His grace and His mercies are new every single morning, and I'm so thankful for that. And so it just comes down with grace, and we get to decide, you guys, like what we're gonna do with that. Like, are we gonna be the first to grant ourselves grace? Are we? Like, it starts with us. Or are we not going to grant ourselves grace and look at everything wrong with the day and let it get us down? So it comes back to, I was talking in my blog post. So, you know, another way that I look at grace, you guys, is I question. I can extend it to myself right now in this moment, or I cannot. Some days are just bad. Some days are just bad, and there is no like going back. And some days you just can't fix, right? You just can't fix them. So how I fix those days is I just give up. I just close the book, that chapter on that day. I go and I snuggle my babies in bed, and I thank God that tomorrow is a brand new day. And so that is the grace that I extend myself, so that I'm not going to bed carrying that and all that stuff. So mom guilt and grace, I do believe, are tied together. They go together. There's like salt and pepper, mac and cheese, peanut butter and jelly, you know, all those things. Mom guilt and grace, they go together. So how I combat mom guilt is just really a lot of self-care. Like, you hear the term self-care floating around everywhere this day and age, but really you have to make that self-care personal to you. What works for another woman self-care wise might not work for you. And so it's really best just to take a moment for yourself, or a lot of moments, and figure out the things that make you happy, the things that make you tick. And those are the self-care items you need to be paying attention to, right? Because it's just for you. It isn't somebody else's highlight reel. It is your highlight reel. And whatever you want that to look like, you have the power to do that. So I just loved that thinking. And since I switched my thinking to, you know, from the victim mentality and woe is me to, whoa, I'm really in charge of my own happiness here and taking care of myself first, because then it trickles down. So here are the ways, you guys, I take care of myself, and I find those little moments of self-care in the ordinary, like in the average, everyday ordinary. Like my girls are sitting outside right now eating chips, which I could feel guilty about while I'm sitting here working, talking to you, but I don't. They're surviving, okay? So my first tip is to get plenty of rest. So a cranky mama short on sleep is no good for anybody. It just is a bad combination, right? And I was surviving on coffee and, you know, any kind of caffeine that I could get into my body to keep going, and you don't have to do that. So if you get plenty of rest, it starts with that. So what we typically do, it is summer. We don't stick to these rules in summer. It's a little bananas. But come fall, so in about a month or so, which I'm so excited. I'm so routine, and I'm so excited for the school routine to come back. Yes, it's crazy, but I need routine. So raise your hand if you're like me. Anyway, so what we do is we try to get the kids in bed about a half hour to an hour before we go to bed, so that we have some time to wind down. As mamas, we are going all the time. So that little bit of time, that self-care time in the evening for yourself, is so important for your brain. It just is amazing. So the kids go to bed about 8:30. My husband and I go to bed around 9. I read for little bits, 15-20 minutes. It helps my head, my brain to doze off. I put some lavender on my feet and essential oil, and it helps so much. So just having, and I look forward to that time at night, like just reading in peace and stillness, knowing that my babies are in bed. It's just amazing. So my husband has started to read too, so that's pretty cool that he and I are both reading in bed. Anyway, so that's what I do. That's what I do. I like to read. And bonus, I'm actually reading books again, which is good. But the reason why I have to get up or go to bed early is because I like to get up early. So I've recently started getting up at 5 a.m. Even in the summer. My husband gets up and goes to work at 5, and I have been having him get me up too. And you know, I might be dragging some mornings, a lot of mornings, but I'm so grateful for those 2 hours-ish of just me time before the kids wake up. I have my Bible journal that I go over, my prayer list, and I pray for my husband and each of my kids, and then my friends and any requests. And I just jot down Bible verses that sing to me or stand out. And it's just such a precious time in the morning, and it gets me going on a happy foot. Like I'm really happy because I took that time. So I do that, and then I start to get work done if I need to get some work done. Or the next tip is exercise more. Now guys, this is so hard for me because I'm a busy working at home mom with 3 girls, and if you don't take care of yourself or make yourself a priority, exercise won't happen, right? So I knew that I'm not a gym mama. I'm not a scheduler too crazy. So I have a lot of friends that try and get together to exercise or go walking, but usually I can't make those because family life and evenings are busy during the week. So what I've learned is that I can take 30 minutes a day, you guys. YouTube is filled with all kinds of workout videos. My favorite that I'm loving right now is called Bikini Body Mommy. Maybe some of you, I just found her and I'm like geeking out over how simple her workouts are, how much it's pushing my body, and how much I'm seeing instant results. And it's only taking 15 to 20 minutes of my day. It's incredible. So that's a good way of self-care, is exercise. Find out what makes you tick. Maybe you need corporately that group of ladies to go running with, or whatever it is. You know, find your thing, make yourself a priority, okay, for exercise. Okay, so then this is the thing. I cut out coffee, you guys, and I started drinking water first thing in the morning. It sounds bananas, but it works. It works. So now I'm actually able to sleep because I'm not strung out on coffee, which is amazing. So I have kicked coffee for about 3 weeks now. And I was a major coffee addict, and I am no longer surviving on coffee. And I mean, I will go out and have a latte with a friend every once in a while, but that's different. It's not for survival. It's something that I enjoy doing. But I take my water, my big old glass. I don't know if you guys can see it. I think it's out of the shot. But my big old mason jar, and I added a few drops of lemon essential oil in the morning. Lemon's amazing. It detoxes your body and cleanses it from the inside out. So it goes through all your organs and takes care and just kind of cleans everything. And so it's really great for helping me to feel good, feel great. I get water in my body first thing in the morning, and so I stay hydrated, and it allows me to sleep, and I don't know, it's just a way better quality of life. And I'm sad that I took so long to really start to enjoy water. So drink less coffee or soda or whatever it is you're drinking, and more water. You guys can do it. I did it cold turkey, and I know after 14 years of drinking coffee, I know you can do it too. Plus I was having really bad migraines combined with lack of sleep, and then so much caffeine. So I'm going to bed a little bit earlier, I'm drinking a lot more water, and those migraines are gone. So okay, and then the next tip is to eat a well-balanced diet. Now, we are forced to eat well in our house. All 3 of our girls are celiac, so we eat a paleo diet. But one thing that I'm grateful for, I'm really grateful for that. I mean, our girls are healthy. We're all eating more salads and proteins, less sugars and carbs and dairies. We don't have cheese in our house. Just the things that you don't think you could go without, yet you can go without when you have to, So how I do it is I use a service called realplans.com. It is about $6 a month if you pay, in one lump sum a year. But it's $6 a month, you guys, and it will pre-populate recipes for you, and then you can always switch them up. You can trash the recipes you don't want, you can bring in new recipes that you do want, and I could pick, our lifestyle is paleo, so I can pick all paleo recipes, and it spits out a grocery list for me. It is the most amazing. I don't have delegating. I don't have delegating on my list, but definitely to being a sane mama and not feeling mama guilt is getting help. Definitely ask for help. And one of those ways is that I use Real Plans, and I'm not sponsored or anything by them, you guys. I'm passionate about their service. It's amazing how much free time I can meal plan in about 45 minutes for 2 weeks. And then I spend about 3 hours going grocery shopping for 2 weeks. And I'm done. Our house is stocked, and I don't have to stress over that. So there's nothing more stressful than not having a meal plan and every night being like, what's for dinner? Or not having it planned, especially when you have a really strict diet like we do. So we always have to have it planned. But try that, you guys. Whether you're one person, whether you don't have kids, or whether you're newly married or you're retired and you're a grandparent, try Real Plans, because you could just pick regular food too. You can pick anything. You don't have to be paleo. But see what it does for your schedule and for your time, because if you can get something like that in your life, that leaves more time for you to do the things that you enjoy, right? Okay, so use a planner. This is another tip that I love. I just bought a cheapy planner. Let me find it, you guys, and I'll show it to you. I just bought a cheapy planner at Walmart, okay? And I tried the big planners. I really did. I gave it my best, like, gung-ho. I wanted it to work. I got all the pretty stickers, but the problem is I wasn't using them, and I still don't use them. So what I got was just this little planner. It just says 2018-19. I don't know what brand it is. Blue Sky. It was at Walmart. But it has, what I love about it is it has your whole month, and then it breaks it down into your weeks. So you can put your tasks in here, and then you have your whole month to look at. So I love this because it's little, it's compact, it fits in my big old purse, and I keep track of everything. So like, here's my my bikini body mommy. My measurements are in there. My weight is in there that I'm keeping track of. I just use a simple paper clip. That's the word I was trying to come up with, to mark where the current dates are. And then like we just finished July, you guys. I kept track of everything in July, plus some notes from friends, some scriptures, things that stood out. It does have room for that, and I just leave it there. And then I go to the next month. So like all my essential oil classes are on there. And so when someone's like, hey, I want to host a class, I just go to my planner. Or if someone's like, hey, I want to have a play date, I can just go to my planner and see exactly what I've got going on. Now I am old school. I know, right, work on your strengths and things that make you tick. I know I'm not an electronic version person. If I don't see it in paper, like handwritten, it doesn't exist. So I have to have that. So use some sort of a planner. Now maybe you guys are rad and totally awesome and you can just use you know, your calendar on your phone or things like that to keep track. That's awesome. So awesome, because everything, my husband so much says, I want to know what's in your brain. Well, it's either in my brain or it's written down. And so if we were electronic, we'd have sharing capabilities, which would be nice, but I don't know if I'll ever get there. So those are the little things, you guys, that I do to take care of myself so that I don't leave room for that mom guilt to creep in. It still happens, and it's still going to happen. But doing these things makes me a much more confident mama and a wife and a human, and I can take pride in my day. Like, I get to control my day. So any tips that you have for squashing that mama guilt, leave it down below. I want to know, because this is a big deal. It is a big, big deal. All of us, or one of us, someone's going through it right now. But yes. Oh, I do want to say, I have a Bible verse that stood out to me, and it is Romans 12:12. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. So maybe I'll share my prayer, my 5 a.m. morning routine. Let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. But I love you. I hope you have a great day. I hope this video helped you in some small way. Leave your comments and tips down below. I can't wait to read them, and we will see you in the next video.